we will sum up in front of the empty chairs. I would like to thank the researchers once again. To me, you are not nobodies. Those who have remained, thank you. I would also like to thank the 3 responders, even though they did not hear us all the way and left before I could sum up, but they have met my expectations. And what was the level of my expectations? Well, you can think whatever you like, but we wanted to create a public discussion. We didn't expect applause, we expected a public discussion, a public debate, and almost all the points that have come up here, if not all of them, were part of the very thorough, profound research we conducted, and we have not been surprised by anything that came up here tonight. As I've said, from right and left, they can attack this plan, because I'm not here on television. This is not a right-wing plan. Some people say it'll be a left-wing plan. This is not a right-wing or left-wing plan. I even can predict and dare to say that after the mid-elections in the United States and following the elections here in Israel, in Washington and in Jerusalem, parts of this plan, even large portions of this plan, will be adopted. And why? Thank you. And why? Because it is the only plan that is realistic and has a right compass, the correct kind of compass, because we have seen people here with a problematic kind of compass, but this is the correct compass because it's an initiative to lead Israel in the right direction. Now look, the Minister of Education is certain that he is a Zionist. However, he is leading us to a post-Zionist reality, a reality that the fathers and the founding fathers of Zionism will be, will have their screen crawling with. And having a state that is either Jewish or democratic is not what we meant to do. Bennett sees himself as a Jew. His party is called the Jewish Home, Beit HaYehudi, but he is leading a plan that is against Jewish moral. And therefore, I believe that his compass is simply, off. Our destination is not a Palestinian state. That is not our destination. If it happens, and it will happen under the parameters that Israel can live with, then we have no problem with that. We are not against that. But that is not the aim of our plan. The aim of the plan is not to establish a Palestinian state, it is to shape the Jewish Israeli state. That is its aim. And we have done that. We have shown that our destination on ways is what it is. Now, both the Minister of Education and the head of Yesh Atid have misunderstood, even though I spoke with both about it, that this is not disengagement number 2. And I will say something now that I have not said before. The disengagement from Gaza is not a failure. It is a success, a strategic success carried out badly, negligently by those who carried it out. However, without doing anything shocking, and that is counting the number of people who have been killed in Gaza, despite everything that's happened over the last 6 months, 1 soldier was killed and 200 Palestinians were killed. In Judea and Samaria, more Israelis have been killed than in Gaza. However, the disengagement from Gaza was not carried out properly, and therefore, as part of our plan, it will be done exactly the opposite as was the disengagement. We are talking about Gaza. You didn't read what we wrote and what Udi Dekel said, not in a few words, but in an entire publication we published in 2017. It was true then, it is true now even more. But I'm not going to make peace between Abu Mazen and Hamas. Let the Palestinians make order in their own home. And Abu Mazen is now demanding more of Gaza than the most right-wing Israeli government ever has. They want them to put down their weapons. I don't remember the Israeli government ever asking that. And that is all for remnants. I mean, Abu Mazen is much more serious than we are. However, we are now doing something independent that is not unilateral, it is not a disengagement. It is an independent step that leaves security in the hands of the IDF, exactly the opposite of Gaza. It is a step that will lift the Palestinian economy in the West Bank and the infrastructure instead of what is happening in Gaza, where there's 60% unemployment, 4 hours of electricity. Exactly the opposite will be in the West Bank. This is a process that does not call for evacuating settlements, and it is a process that does not give the Palestinians 100% of the territories, and those are the 4 mistakes made by Sharon when he disengaged from Gaza. But the fact that we are not responsible for 2 million Palestinians now, you cannot take away the strategic advantage of that. And the fact that even the most right-wing in Israel, the most left-wing in Israel, are willing to kill and be killed over. Do you know what kind of achievement that is? That the entire nation on this matter is on the same page? Let's do this in the other area as well. Now, we did not put the goal, we did not state the goal as a Palestinian state, but rather a Jewish-Israeli one. We are not disconnecting from security. We are not running away from problems. We are disconnecting from controlling another people, another population. And in terms of counterterrorism, we have learned the lesson, and we will not be repeating the Gaza mistake. The head of Yesh Atid has talked about, has actually shown you the incredible ability of politicians to live with contradiction, to go against everything that we have said, but at the bottom line to come and say that he's going to do exactly what we recommend. It's absolutely amazing to me. A regional summit is a magic potion. It's part of our ways, it's part of our path. I have shown it, Udi has shown it. He wants it to be agreed with the Palestinians. What do the Palestinians want? The 1967 borders, the right of return, 194, Jerusalem on the Mandelbaum border. Is that something that Yair Lapid voters are willing to do? Will Yair Lapid agree to that? No, he will not, and neither will I. But Yair said he doesn't want to go if the Palestinians won't come. He is giving them the right of veto. And therefore that is something that we suggest taking away from them. He said that we shouldn't be giving if we don't get anything back. But he gave them recognition in a Palestinian state without them giving recognition in an Israeli one. And okay, there is an argument over the extent of the argument, and we will continue to argue, but to me, the most important thing is that at the end of the day, this plan, whether they like it or not, the components of it, perhaps not all of it, 80% of it, 90% of it, are the only way that will lead Israel to where it should be going. And you'll be hearing it the last time today, Jewish, with a Jewish majority, democratic, where each person, no matter what their religion or race or gender or nationality is will have an equal right of voting, where security will be in the hands of the IDF, and the IDF will do it in the best way possible, and a state where we can stand proudly and say that we're right. Thank you very much.